Hey, Axis and Allies players, the good captain here. Welcome to round 7 in this game of Axis and Allies D-Day played against a human opponent. The fight is on now, and at the top of round 7, we see the fighter distribution for Khan and St. Lo, same as it's been. And the bombers target a trio of AA guns in Reen's right. This results in the loss of one AA gun, but the other two that return fire miss. And so we go into battle. And the only fight, or actually, well, let's review the moves. There's nothing too particularly interesting. The Americans move outside of Cherbourg. Everyone else basically comes down, this reinforcing this forever combat here. Okay, as you can see, final reinforcements are on the beach. And the attack nets 0 results. This is negative 2.5 for the Allies. That's a tough pill to swallow. Germans pick up their numbers. Okay, so on the German side of the turn, this took me a long time of staring at the map to come up with what I think is the most correct solution. And so I'll say this, that one of the best benefits of playing very skilled opponents is it forces you to play at your best. And though I think I have a very clear understanding of the percentages, and though I think they favor the Germans, at this point in the game, I'm trying to maximize my opportunity of getting the win or falling inside of that at least 25% or better than for the Germans. So what I mean to say is I need to try to get pieces outside of both St. Lo and Khan to try to disrupt that 25% chance or so that my opponent gets the win. And he is good enough to find ways to maximize that 25% or perhaps even prevent it. And although I don't think that's likely, again, when you're playing a skilled opponent, you gotta play very well. So my first inclination was to just sit on my hands. I like my position. I've got counterattack options. But as I stared at it further and further and comprehended what was going on, that put me in a position where there's a chance for a lot of German units to become mobility killed. And that has to do with the Khan side of the map. If I sit where I'm sitting right now, the Allies can open up a combat here, and they can place a sizable army here, preventing me from ever becoming adjacent to Khan in the time we have left. So I must move now. And now, though I could assume my opponent doesn't see this or wouldn't want to do this anyway, that's not how better players play Axis and Allies. You don't play based on what you think your opponent will do. You play based on what your opponent can do. That's it. Feel very strongly about that, obviously. So we're going to play into what I believe the best Allied strategy is for turn 8. I'm going to play against that. And so what we're going to do is basically start putting to work every German piece on the map. So I'm going to move the entire army here into this zone west of Khan, but we're not going to send him out on his lonesome. I'm going to send 7 pieces here, and I'm going to send 6 pieces here. So 8, 7, 6. This almost guarantees that Khan may be attacked on the critical turn 9. Okay. Before I forget, of course, I have to attack here. 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8. No. 8. Like that. Yeah. Okay. And now I want to empty out Chartres and stack up these 2 zones here. So it's going to be basically get everyone towards the middle. but still occupy all the critical zones. So I'm going to leave 6 pieces here. Actually, I think we're going to do it like this. Yeah, I want 3 AA guns wherever there's armor. So we're going to go 5-1 over here on this flank. That's probably okay. 7, 8. That's probably okay. 8, yep. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 5, 6. I want, actually, I'll put 8, 8, 8 in the center, 7 here, 6 out, 8, 7, 6. So the tail ends have the fewest pieces, while the center has the most. Okay, still fairly mutually supporting. Some vulnerability, but at least in this way, I really feel like this is the best answer to this field problem because it maximizes every German piece I have. Everyone's sharing some kind of risk and is mutually supporting to some other position. Okay, the last thing I want to pay tribute to before we roll the dice is the fact that St. Lo and Caen are captured. Cherbourg is not. And so that means Cherbourg is really doing the Lord's work on this turn. It's preventing us from being forced to attack St. Lo or Caen because the victory conditions are that the Allies need to hold all 3 victory cities for 1 turn. That doesn't have to happen on the last turn. If Cherbourg was captured right now, I would have to attack St. Lo and Caen, which would be terrible. Probably an Allied game at that point if that were true. At any rate, because Cherbourg is still safely in our hands, I'm not saying that there's any play error here. I'm just pointing out something that wasn't quite so obvious to me until now. So, yeah. And actually, this is pretty thin. 10 pieces from the Allies is probably the minimum amount that needs to be applied to clear Cherbourg. You'd want 11 or 12 to really nail it down, but there's an argument. 10 pieces, yeah, I guess. The thing is that we're very highly likely to do 4 hits to each other on round 8, and then you've got to clear it on round 9 as the Allies, or you lose. So it should work, but not a guarantee if only 10 pieces commit. But anyway, I'm talking about that from the Allied side. So neither here nor there. Let's go ahead and roll some dice, do the dice report, and close this video. There's no more reinforcements. Okay, we click done. That is a very hot roll. Okay, yeah, we almost cleared it. Okay, at least they rolled warm back. +1. Yeah. All right, let's do the dice report. Let's see how bad that was. Okay, so yeah, it's starting to slip into the Germans' favor. We have a negative 5.66 Allies and a negative 0.33 German for a total of 6 points in favor of the German side by turn 7. So that's it. Round 8 will be the next video, and this should go pretty quick now. Thanks for watching. All the best from the good captain, and bye-bye.